Last video, I asked you guys what you wanted to see for quality of life updates to New Horizons. Many of you came up with awesome ideas that would definitely improve the quality of life in the game. Others shared their concepts that weren't quite quality of life improvements, but just straight up cool mechanics that I would love to see added to the game. The addition of the returning diving and creature mechanic from New Leaf shows that the developers have some secret stuff scheduled for us. It's not really a new mechanic that was added, but it does make me excited for what's yet to come. This is not a prediction of these mechanics showing up. There are ideas that are realistic and not out of the scope of what could possibly be included and could work within an Animal Crossing game. It's nice to hope. Bridges connecting tiered land and not just rivers. In my opinion, this was a huge missed opportunity. It would help solve the problem of being able to only build 8 ramps. We can create makeshift bridges out of terraformed land, but we have no way to create inclines, except to talk to good old Tom Nook and place 8 of these around. It would allow us to easily hop from point A to point B on our map, while still having everything be aesthetically pleasing. Villager personalities. Give me more. Or at least more dialogue. There are 8 different personalities in the game currently. You can have a maximum of 10 villagers on your island at once, so you can have one of each personality on your island to allow for some variety. And yet, they all still feel the same. I send away one character and replace them with another just to get the same exact dialogue. I have almost no reason to talk to my villagers anymore. In the original Animal Crossing, I felt like I actually connected with my neighbors, like they were always there waiting for me. In New Horizons, they feel no different than the decorations I place outside. Though that could be because Kid Me was just too attached to NPCs? I don't know. It just feels different. Isabel. She went from the person you talk to frequently to get stuff done around town in New Leaf, to now sometimes approaching her to check for a 5-star island. The rest of her mechanics are options like changing your town flag and town tune, things you maybe do once or twice, as well as reporting a problem with a resident, which just makes you feel bad because they look sad and stuff when you yell at them. Let's do more with her. I'd like seeing her as part of a fireworks festival in August. It was a fun way to interact with her differently, even if it was only once a week. It would be nice to see her as the main point of contact for some holidays. Get her involved. Make her not so useless. Sitting on the grass. Yes, please. Seeing this scene in the direct gave me too high of expectations for how often we would be able to sit on the ground and interact with our villagers. Sure, you can carry a cushion around with you wherever you go, just in case you see someone sitting, but that's kind of a pain. Then, you accidentally sell it. And when you find an opportunity to sit down, the cushion is missing from your inventory. I guess I was expecting these situations to happen more often than they do. The time I see them sitting is when I'm just trying to gift them something. It's so inconvenient. Will you just stand up? More phone options, please. I don't mean more apps. I mean the ability to actually make phone calls. I wouldn't want it to take over the sending letters mechanic. I still very much enjoy getting mail from my neighbors. But the only people who have my number are Timmy and Tommy. Let me call my villagers to find out where they are on my island, or make this a way to have on-demand villager requests return. Call them, see if they need something, deliver it. Boom. Uber Eats available on a deserted island near you. Or call them and ask if they want to come over. I miss the neighbors visiting your house mechanic from New Leaf. It was nice to have someone show up to your house, even if it was just an NPC. The ability to place wall-mounted items outside. We have cliffs. We have these backwards rock climbing walls, which I'm extremely grateful for. By the way, thank you, Nintendo. We have simple panels. Why can't we place wall-mounted items on them? There are so many pretty items that I can't fit into my house. I want to show them off in my outside cafe or my little garden area. It's never enough for us, huh? We finally get to place furniture outside, but we're never happy. But still, give me these outside hanging items, come on. Lawnmower. I almost didn't include this because it seems out of the usual tedious scope of Animal Crossing, but it could be a cool mechanic for Leaf to have. Many of us have gardens that get out of control, or patches of weeds that we don't notice because it's in a spot that we don't frequent. If you leave these areas alone for a bit of time, they get out of hand pretty quickly. Leaf is pointless once you have purchased all the bushes and flowers you need. Besides buying your weeds, he doesn't do much else. So let him give us a lawnmower to destroy the unwanted weeds and flowers. Very Stardew Valley PC mod vibe, but I dig it. And it would only be like once every other week. Accidentally deleting custom design paths. This is a problem most of us face. You take the time to open up your terraforming app, lay down some sweet custom designs you found on Reddit, then when you're running around later, your character cocks back their foot and you scream in a fit of rage as their foot starts to cook away the design. Then you take your phone back out, place a new tile on the ground. If you take the time to initiate the Island Designer app, I feel like the design should stay just like the provided paths do. Kicking these out of existence by mistake happens far more often than I'd like to admit. Pen pals. I'd be down for pen pals. You get to the point where you love all the villagers on your island and would hate to see someone go. A pen pal would be a good way to interact with new villagers outside of your island or old villagers you've let move out in the past. Right now, villagers that move out without showing up to a friend's island do not remember you. You have a chance of finding them at a mystery island again, but they just reintroduce themselves like you've never met before. It's sad. Pen pals would give you a reason to send letters to in-game NPCs. Right now, I have no reason to send mail to my villagers. Getting something back from NPCs I don't talk to every day would be a nice little surprise to wake up to. Diagonal furniture. I was almost 100% happy with placing furniture outside, but the addition of turning a piece of furniture 45 degrees would be amazing. Some items are already diagonal facing, like the bears. They still only turn 90 degrees at a time, but at least it's a step in the right direction. It would add more variety to how we can place furniture. With the creativity all around this community, even a small addition like this could massively change up how islands look. Speaking of which, add diagonal paths, please. I know these bubble paths that we're forced to create look cute and all, and players have found ways around placing diagonal paths. But, it would make our decorating lives so much easier. Thank you to everyone who shared their ideas. Reading through everything, I saw a lot of similar wants for future updates or just future games in general. Maybe if Nintendo hears the masses asking for certain mechanics or quality of life updates, they'll include it at some point. Just remember to ask nicely. Being rude is just plain rude. Which of these creative mechanics do you like the most? What would you want to see implemented in the future? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe, or your dreamie will ask to leave your island tomorrow. And I'll see you next time. Bye!